they scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And you're so glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. Ain't no gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. We have a little boys volleyball action for you. We moved back inside because it's so nice outside. Why not, right? Welcome. My name's Todd Duke. We got a matchup here, non-conference style, as your Collinsville Chaos get ready to take on the Explorers of Alton Marquette. And we welcome you into the pregame show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, the Kahawks come into this contest with a record of 4-5. They are, however, 0-4 in Southwestern Conference play under their second-year head coach Mike Nichols, who now finds himself sitting at 12-19 in his 1+ years. Alton Marquette, they come in at 8-6-2 on the year. They are coached by Mark Ellebrecht. He is in his third year, as is the program at Alton Marquette High School. 25-24-2 is Coach Ellebrecht's winning record right now, just by one game over 500. Well, the Kahawks, they snapped a 4-match losing skid with a straight set sweep right here on this floor last night over Bunker Hill, 25-11 and 25-14. Unfortunately, the 4-game losing streak came at the hands of 4 Southwestern Conference schools with losses to Belleville East, Edwardsville, O'Fallon, and Belleville West. The only set won during that downturn was the middle set at Edwardsville back on April the 14th. The 4-match losing streak was preceded, however, by a 3-match win streak, and that included a win over this very Alton Marquette team. The Explorers saw their 3-match winning streak come to an end last night with a straight set loss at Althoff, 25-17 and 25-16. Alton Marquette's 3-game win streak came at the expense of Jabot, Saxony Lutheran, and Maryville Christian, with the match against Saxony Lutheran, the only one that went 4 sets. That was in Missouri, remember, where they play a best of 5 set matches. Marquette won the first, third, and 4 sets to pull out that win. Before last night's loss at Alton, the Explorers won 5 of 6. The 2 ties, that took place in the Belleville East tournament at the end of March. It was just 2-set splits. They don't split anything up if you split the sets and give you a tiebreaker there in these tournaments. So that was the ties were against Belleville West and St. Pius X. They beat Saxony Lutheran in that tournament also. We continue with our senior interviews as we move on down the list. This time it is number 4, Luke Geisen. Had a chance to catch up with Luke just a little while ago. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go Kahawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet, it's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're back in friendly territory. Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where we are. Your Collinsville Kahawks getting ready to take on the Alton Marquette Explorers. Little boys volleyball action, and we continue our senior interviews. Joining us now, number 4, senior Luke Geisen in his second year as a varsity starter for Kahawk Volleyball. All right, man, there's a lot of people around here that know you, know your brother, know your mom, know your family. But for those that don't, kind of go over the whole family dynamic that you have.
All right, so I live with my parents, Tony and Adam Geisen. Adam Geisen's from Tennessee, but my mom is from here. A lot of people know her, the McChristian family. I have a twin brother, Jack, and then my grandpa lives here too, Jerry McChristian.
Tell me a little bit about the sports side of your family. How did you get involved in sports? Who's responsible for turning you on to sports?
Really, my family. I kind of was that kid that, like, just did every single sport out there, whether flag football, soccer. I don't think I did some swimming, but basketball, I wasn't good at basketball though. But I kind of got into tennis. I did some tennis, but volleyball was kind of on my own, just by watching it and wanted to do more. And then when we got a team, I was really excited about that.
So you didn't really get started with volleyball until Collinsville got a team?
Yes, I didn't start until freshman year.
All right, so tell me how you're liking this volleyball adventure.
It's really good. I love it. Volleyball's like the sport I found that I actually love, and I'm like, don't hate going to, or like I can actually be good at. So it's something I want to carry on through after high school.
If you had the ability and you had your wish, would there be another sport that you would just love to play and excel at?
Track. I always want to run track, but in middle school I wasn't too great. They wouldn't let me do the sprinting. I had to do the mile. I hated the mile. So sprinting and track, I'd love to do that.
You're also a proud member of the Kahawk Crazies.
Yes. That's a lot of games, but fun games to go to.
Tell me what was the best part about this year's football?
Definitely winning our first postseason game would definitely have to be a great thing. But definitely the beginning season games when it was warm and we'd have all of our outfits, it'd be pretty fun out there.
All right, time for my favorite things, your favorite things. All right, what's your favorite music genre? What kind of music you like?
I listen to a lot of R&B or rap and then pop too.
Favorite musical group or artist?
Ooh, Black Eyed Peas, how to say.
Not bad. All right, favorite food part, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Breakfast.
What is it and who cooks it?
It's usually me, and I make pancakes in the morning, frozen pancakes, but put my toppings on it.
All right, that's cool. Favorite restaurant, where you like to go out to eat?
Oh, my favorite restaurant is Mission Taco. Would probably have to be my favorite restaurant to go to.
All right, how about a favorite donut? You got a favorite donut?
Definitely a Boston cream or just a chocolate iced.
There you go. Sweet or salty snack? What's your favorite sweet snack?
Little Debbie, like brownies or like Edmonds brownies probably have to be my favorite.
Yeah, I like the cosmic ones. It has a little 3 things on it, yeah. Favorite salty snack?
Tortilla chips.
All right, if you could travel in time, any decade in the 1900s, which decade would you visit and why?
Probably the 1950s or 60s, because I would like to meet Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, that's cool. So if you could sit down and talk to Martin Luther King Jr., what would you talk about?
Oh God, I like why he's doing what he's doing and just follow him because he was a really great guy and he did great things.
That's awesome. I keep on waiting for somebody to say 70s, but so far you and Colby Anderson are the only one that's answered in the 1950s. All right, talk to me about volleyball again. Let's go back to last year, which was the first full year that the varsity program got their feet wet. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on that first year.
Definitely a struggle year, I would have to say, or just getting into it because the season before we were JV and we played pretty well. I think we went 12-4, so we won most of our games, which was really nice. But just going into varsity was just a whole different aspect, and so just playing those good teams was really good because it just made us better. But we had to work harder too.
All right, so you transition it over to this year. And this year I noticed a lot more seniors on the roster than there were last year and a lot of height on this team. So your thoughts on this year's team?
I definitely think this year's team, we have a lot more potential just because we got height now. We have some players who can hit it straight down, which is really nice. So I think we're a better team this year, just like together as a unit.
All right, you guys have already played Alton Marquette this year. You took care of them after you lost the first set, came back and won the next 2. Tell me what makes this Alton Marquette team so tough.
They're just a scrappy team. They just get stuff up. They're just not letting things hit the floor, which is something we struggle with because we think we can hit it down one time and it should be done. So that's definitely what we struggle with, just keeping the play going and finishing it off.
What does the future look like for Luke Geisen? Got any college plans?
Oh God, this is this has been costing me a lot of stress. But it's either SLU or Illinois, where I'm not for sure yet. But that's what I'm deciding between.
All right, got anybody out there you want to say hi to?
I'd like to say hi to my parents, my grandparents. They're in Europe right now. I'm not exactly sure where, but I'd like to say hi to them and just all my family around Collinsville.
All right, man. Good luck tonight and good luck in your future.
Hey, thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, that is Luke Geisen, one of the seniors on your Collinsville Kahok volleyball team. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we will set the starting rosters for both sides. We'll do all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121. Or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union strong. We are Kahok strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke. We are just about ready to go here. Here are the starters for these two squads. We'll begin with the Explorers of Alton Marquette High School. You will find on the floor number 4, a setter, Max Kogan. He is a senior. Also a senior and also a setter is Roland Evans. The libero is Will Schwartz. He'll be wearing number 1. He is also a senior. Got a couple outside hitters. Number 10, Ryan DeClue, who's a junior. And number 22, Connor Whitehorse, who is a senior. And your middle hitters for Alton Marquette, Nick Trefny, number 14, a senior. And number 20, Brody Hendricks, also a senior. For your Collinsville Kahawks, our pregame guest, Luke Geisen, is the setter. He'll get the start tonight, the 5'11 senior, followed by his 6-foot brother, Jack Geisen, who is an outside hitter. Tonight's libero is Matthew Falby, the 5'11 senior. Jake Wilkinson, a 6'4 senior, and Stanley Carnahan, a 6'6 sophomore, are your middle hitters. Your right side hitter is Tyrone Ely, the 6'6 senior, and the other outside hitter besides Jack Geisen is John Carl, a 6-foot sophomore. Taking a look at some of the stats for you as far as the kills are concerned. Tyrone Ely leads that category for Collinsville with 35. On the other side, it is Connor Wickhorst, who has 40 for the Explorers. As far as block shots are concerned, Jake Wilkinson leads Collinsville with 6, while Nick Trefny leads Alton Marquette with 7. And we'll get to the serving statistics as we get each and every person that's going to come up for serves. Instead of going through all of them, we'll just go through them as they come up. Collinsville doesn't really keep track of digs too much. We can tell you Matthew Falby has received 112 serves and only committed 5 errors. On the other sides, Will Schwartz has the top spot for Alton Marquette, 152 serves received and 17 errors. So Schwartz right around 88.8% in the serves received category, while Falby is a robust 95.5. Collinsville on the left side of your screen, they have on the white jerseys, except for Mr. Falby, who has on the purple jerseys with the white shorts. White shorts also on the other side, but at least they have on blue jerseys for the Alton Marquette Explorers, except for their libero, who is Will Schwartz. He is the one wearing the white jersey. The Marquette Explorers have the word Marquette written across the fronts of their jerseys. Collinsville just has the Kahawks over the backs of their numbers. As we are underway here, Marquette sends one over close to out of bounds. Nice save there by Luke Geisen, but it's out of bounds. And the first point of this contest belongs to Alton Marquette. Softball team lost today, 14-1. The JV baseball team just dropped one at Belleville West, 12-2. So the baseball team playing at Belleville West also. We'll get a score on that one here in just a little bit. And Belleville East is where the Lady Kahok softball team lost, as Collinsville drops their 3rd straight point here. And also taking place at Belleville East tonight, Lady Kahok soccer team is in action. So lots of things going on with your Kahawks and the two teams from Belleville. Here, it's Marquette High School out of Alton, and Collinsville already trailing 3-0 here in this first set. As Marquette gets the ball back and sends a kill shot, and that was very nicely done over there by Brody Hendricks, and quickly it is 4-0 in favor of Alton Marquette. These two teams played each other earlier in the year. Collinsville ended up winning that one 2-1. The Explorers won the first set. Collinsville had to perform the comeback special, and so far here, it looks like they're going to have to pull that off in this one too, as they're already down 4-0. Here is Luke Geisen. He skies one for Ely. Ely knocks it off of the net and in. And finally, Collinsville secures a point, and it's 4-1 in favor of the Explorers. So back to serve. Here's Jack Geisen, 84 serves on the year, 7 errors. That one's dug out of there by DeClue on the other side, and then a kill shot that falls down off of the hands of Ely on the other side, unfortunately on the wrong side. And it's now a 5-1 lead for the Explorers. Back to serve is Connor Wickhorst. He serves right in the middle. Nice dig there by Falby. I'm sure he leads the team in that category if we had correct stats, and that one ends up all the way out of bounds. Collinsville gets another point back, 5-2 in favor of Alton Marquette. So Falby back to serve for Collinsville. Matthew, 77 serves, 5 errors. Good for 93.5% in the service department. That's picked up by the opposing team's libero over here on the near side. Blocked down by Ely. And Collinsville gets a point off a nice block. It's 5-3. 2-point lead still intact, though, for the Explorers. Falby back to serve once again. He does, and that one is out of bounds. So there's one of those service errors. And that gives the Explorers a 3-point lead, 6-3. And Falby, or excuse me, there's another kill. That's a big one there by Tyrone Ely, who already has a kill and a block here in this contest. And Collinsville gets back to within 2. Baseball team lost 5-0. I think. Yes, 5-0. So Belleville West beats Collinsville at their place 5-0. Tuesday it was all Collinsville with a 10-0 score. That's a nice little play there by Jake Wilkinson. Wilkinson found the empty spot over on the far sideline and exploited it. And now it's just a 1-point lead for Alton Marquette. So the Southwestern Conference will take one and take one back from you here in the world of baseball, won't they? Alton Marquette sends it across. Falby checks it, and Geisen sends it over for Carl. Carl got it blocked, but Collinsville managed to keep it alive. And now Alton Marquette sends the ball over to Evans. And they'll keep it on the near sideline and back on the back row. That's out of bounds. I thought she said it was out of bounds. Oh, it was tipped out of bounds. Never mind. 7-5. The tip sign by the referee came in a little late. Back to serve is Roland Evans. Evans, 28 games played, 103 serves, only 4 errors, 96.1 on the percentage. Geisen sends it over to Carl. Carl sends it out of bounds. And back to a 3-point lead now for the Explorers. Evans. E-V-E-A-N-S. Evans. Sends it right in the middle. Falby picks it up. Geisen sends it over to Carl. Far side. Carl sends it over, picked up over there by DeClue. And now Alton Marquette gets it over. That was partially blocked. I think it got a piece of Wilkinson. Now Wilkinson with a chance for a kill, but it ends up going on the wrong side. Collinsville gets a net violation because of that. And it's 9-5 now in favor of Alton Marquette. Pop fly picked up by Ely. Geisen just sends it over on the second try. And now the Explorers go back to work. They'll send a kill shot in. Collinsville keeps it alive, but that third hit ends up going out of bounds. Even if somebody would have been over there, wouldn't have counted on the fourth hit. 10-5 in favor of Alton Marquette JV team. They won here. That's 2 matches in a row. They won last night versus Bunker Hill to pick up their first win and break that 0-for-8 streak. And then they do it here today against the JV Explorers. Alton Marquette won the first match. Collinsville had to come back and win the next 2. And another kill shot over there. That one by DeClue. And it's 11-5. And Coach Nichols wants a timeout. We'll take one right along with him. And we're back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Collinsville trailing 11-5 here in this first set. So Coach Nichols needed to call a timeout, get his guys set, reset, calm down, whatever he needed to do. Let's hope that he can get it done. Here is Evans with another serve for the Explorers. He throws that ball away high. Comes over here to the near side to Ely, and Ely sends it out of bounds, and it's a 12-5 lead now for Alton Marquette. We'll be joined by Brenna Swartz the JV coach and the assistant to Coach Nichols during the post-game show. Serve picked up by Falby. Falby sends it up. Geisen sets it up for Carl. Carl on the far side. Off a partial block. That goes over to the Explorers bench, and that goes out of bounds. Max Kogan was all the way on the other side of the net in out of bounds territory by the time he got his hands on that ball. That would have been the third hit. I don't know how he was expecting to get it over the net when he was already over the net himself. 12-6. Serve by Carl. Good serve it is. Nice dig over there by Wakehorst, but it goes straight into the net. Collinsville gets 2 straight points. John Carl gets another serve. He came in with 63 serves, 20 errors. So he's trying to calm down on that category. 68.2% on the year, and that one's an error, and it'll go into the net. 13-7. Joey Rauch will check into the game now. Back to serve for Alton Marquette is Ryan DeClue. DeClue on the year, also 68 serves, but 7 errors, 89.7%. Geisen gets it over and gets it over the stretched out arms of Will Schwartz. And he was on that back row, and once it gets past him, no one back there to help him out. So Collinsville picks up a point, 13-8. Here is Dominic Vandereit. Vandereit coming in on the year with 35 serves. He is good for 71.4%. That one heads toward the sideline. And a block up front, nicely done there by Carnahan. And Collinsville back to work. Ely to Geisen. Geisen had that one rocket right off of an arm and right back to him almost. Hits the bottom of the scoreboard. And Collinsville will get the point. (13-9). Vandereit back to serve again. Vandereit serves, knuckleballer, picked up nicely by Schwartz. One-hand pushover and a net violation against Collinsville. Gives the point to Alton Marquette. And back to serve is Will Schwartz, the libero. He does. Ely picks it up first. Geisen sets it up in the middle for Carnahan. Blocked, and then it went past a few people before it ended up falling down for a Marquette point. 15-9. Another serve coming up here for Schwartz. 87.5% in the service category. Only 8 errors on 64 tries. Alton Marquette sets it up over here on the near sideline, partially blocked by Geisen. Luke gets a block. Carnahan was there, but I don't think Carnahan touched it, so we'll give that one to Luke. And our pregame guest back to serve now. Luke on the year, 93 serves, only 1 error. That is awesome. Nice save over there by Mr. Geisen. Into the middle, Rauch with a nice save. A kill try, saved up front by Ely. Geisen sets it up behind him for his brother Jack. That one almost falls in. Oh, Marquette gets it over. Here is Geisen setting it up behind him for Ely. Ely gets it through on a partial block. And now on the far side, the Explorers set it up and off the net. It ends up falling in. And Marquette has a 16-10 lead. Geisen came in at 98.9% on the serves. Served by Kogan, and Collinsville sets it up. Here is Carnahan. He gets it down. Nicely done there. Stanley Carnahan, who now has a kill and a block himself, as Joey Rauch checks back into the contest. And Jack Geisen back to serve. 91.6 in the service category this year. Luke to Falby. Falby for Ely. Ely touches it over, and it stays in on the back line. Got it over everybody's head again. And Jack with another serve. Picked up in the middle. Moved over to the far sideline. Wickhorst with a wicked kill shot. That was partially blocked, but it ends up going down the wrong arm and down on the wrong side of the floor. So once again, Connor Wickhorst back to serve. He does. Falby had to dive for that one. He went back a little too far. Carl gets that one blocked, and Falby tried to keep it alive, but he couldn't. (18-12). We're getting a little long in the tooth in this first match. Wickhorse sends one to the near side. Carl kind of kept it alive, but on a line drive. Ely blocks it, or sends it over, and then it was blocked out of bounds, so Collinsville gets back to within 5 points, 18-13. That first JV game, that was wild. Tell you about that one when we get a chance to. Here is Matthew Falby. Sends it over to the near side, popped up into the air by DeClue, and sent over to Evans, and saved by Collinsville. Evans with another kill try, blocked again. Evans sends it back over. Now Jack Geisen will send it over to Carl. Carl pops it over. Wickhorse picks it up, and they send it over here to the near side. Jack Geisen saves that one. Nicely done there. And now over to Ely from the far side to the near side. Popped straight up, and now Alton Marquette going back to work. Sent over by Hendricks. Pushed up to the front. Here's another try by Ely. Ely gets it over, but a one-arm save there by Alton Marquette. Keeps the ball alive. Here is Jack Geisen to Luke, to Carl. Partially blocked, and then there is a nice job on the kill by Jake Wilkinson. He found an empty spot right in the middle of the net up front and put it right there. 18-14. Collinsville gets back to within 4. Falby is going to serve it up again. Line drive shot. Taken care of, moved over, and sent over, and that one's just in. And the Explorers pick up point number 19. Brody Hendricks, the senior middle blocker, serves and does so into the net. Collinsville says thank you very much. That JV game, that first one anyway. Alton Marquette had a really early lead, and then Collinsville came back and tied it up at 17. Kahawks took the lead at 23-20. Then they came back and tied at 23-23. We went to 24-24. We went to 25-25, and then Alton Marquette pulled out that first set victory 27-25 before Collinsville came back and won the second set 25-23, and then the third set 15-13. And Collinsville wins 2 matches in a row. That one's blocked out of bounds. Blocked on this side of the net by Collinsville, and it traveled all the way over to the far side before it went out of bounds, and the Explorers pick up that magical marker of point number 20. Another serve from Evans comes across. Ely picks it up. Geisen sets it up for Carl. Carl with a big kill shot. That was a masterful kill shot there. Now Carl will come back to serve. Needs to stay away from these service errors. Gets that ball all the way up there and throws it under the net. So 21-16. And back to serve is Ryan DeClue. Ryan, an outside hitter, a junior. Gets the go-ahead. Sends it right over the net. Falby picks it up. Geisen got it over there on that second try, trying to catch him asleep on that side. Now a setup for brother Jack, and it's picked up. Alton Marquette sets it up over here on this near side, and it is partially blocked up front by Wilkinson. I don't think if Wilkinson would have touched that, Ely probably would have had a chance to get that one up in the air to continue things going on here. But as it is, 22-16. Into the back. Rauch picks it up, sends it up to Luke Geisen. Geisen into the middle for Wilkinson, and I don't think he got it over the net. No, he did not. 23-16. Alton Marquette looking to close this out. Ely sets it up. Geisen over to his brother Jack from Luke. Almost knocked out of bounds. Luke, nice heads up move, or excuse me, Jack with a nice heads up move over there, and that one ends up out of bounds. Collinsville stays alive. 23-17. And Dominic Vanderite is going to come back in to serve. Vanderite sends it under the net. 24-17. That's a couple of serves that go under the net at the most inopportune time. Not that there's ever a right time to do that, But really, when you're trying to battle back, that's rough. Will Schwartz, the libero, back to serve it up now for the Explorers. They're at set point here. Ely, Geisen, Luke over to Jack. Jack gets it across and in over in the far side corner. 24-18. Collinsville has to mount one whale of a comeback here if they want to pull out this win. Luke Geisen back to serve once again. Luke has 13 aces on the year. The only one in double digits for Collinsville in the ace department. Back on the back row for Rauch. Geisen sets it up behind him for Ely, and that's too far out of bounds. And the first set comes to a close, 25-18 in favor of Alton Marquette. A big important set number 2 comes your way after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahok graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions. Kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Alton Marquette wins the first set 25-18. That's okay. These two teams met earlier, and Collinsville lost the first set at Alton Marquette 25-16, before they came back to win 25-20 and 25-21 to take the match back on March the 27th. Here is Max Kogan. He will start the service department for the Explorers as they look to close this out in 2 sets against Collinsville. Collinsville trying to battle back and send it to a third and final tie-breaking set. Ely with a big kill shot. Nicely done. That's how you get things going. So Wilkinson, Ely, and Carl all with 2 kills here so far tonight. Jack Geisen back to serve. Next time we do a boys volleyball game, he will be the pregame interviewee. And Geisen pops that one up, but I don't know if anybody's going to get there. Luke does. Keeps it alive for Ely. He gets it over with a backward shot. Nicely done. Over onto the far side. A kill shot there by Roland Evans as that ball found the only open spot on the floor right there in the middle, diagonal to the far sideline to the back corner here on the near sideline. 1-1. Connor Wickhorse back to serve. Falvey picks it up. Geisen sets it up behind him for Ely. Ely probably hit that one too hard. It was going to go out of bounds, but Coogan kept it alive. Geisen keeps it alive. Falvey pops it up. Carl sends it over, and Alton Marquette responds. Here's a little pushover with one hand by Evans. Luke Geisen sets it up for Carl. Carl into the back, taken care of by the libero Schwartz, and a one-arm pushover. Sends it up, and now Ely trying to send it back over. He does so. Kogan takes care of it. Now over here onto the near side sideline. Partial block there by Ely. Collinsville keeps it alive. Big kill try there by John Carl. And then that one ends up over as it rolls across the net. It lands out of bounds. Tough break there for Alton Marquette. Collinsville goes up 2-1. Jake Wilkinson checks back in, takes the place of Stanley Carnahan. Back to serve, Falvey. Matthews sends it over on a line drive, and that goes into the stands. Falvey picks up the first ace. And he'll get a chance at another. Collinsville up 3-1. Into the back. Moved up front. Marquette pushes it over, and Wilkinson kind of blocked it, but unfortunately he blocked it straight to his left and was already over the net, and there was no one there to help him out. Here is Brody Hendricks. Hendricks to serve for the Explorers. Jack to Luke to Wilkinson, and saved in the back there by Wickhorst. And a kill and a block. Nicely done there. Ely picks up his third block here in this match, and Collinsville is up 4-2. Ely. Ely serves right down the middle. Taken care of by Wickhorst. And now back over here to the near sideline. Falvey pops it up. Jack Geisen. And Ely sends it over backwards once again. Marquette, they send it over to Evans. Evans gets it over. Ely picks it up first. And now over to Carl. Carl sends it over. And Schwartz takes care of it. Now on the near sideline, partial block up front. Collinsville keeps it alive. Ely over to John Carl. Carl sends it back, and once again, Schwartz is there first. Into the middle it goes, off of Falvey, and it goes the wrong way. Kept alive. Carl, can he get it over the net? No, it goes into the net. All the way past the back line. John Carl tried the best he could to get that one over, but it just didn't have enough. 4-3, Collinsville up by 1. Evans back to serve. He does. Right in the middle. Falvey picks it up. Luke Geisen over to John Carl. Carl with a kill try and a net violation against Collinsville. We'll give another point to Alton Marquette. We are tied at 4. Evans back to serve again. He does so. Blistering shot. Jack Geisen got it over on the first hit. Luke Geisen pops it up into the air for Ely. Ely sends it over to the far sideline. Alton Marquette read it the whole way. And Ely again keeps it alive. Carl sends it into the net. 5-4, Alton Marquette with the lead. I believe that's their first lead of this second set. Evans. That one's sent over right off of Falvey's arms. That one found an empty spot in the back. Wilkinson. Five. John Carl back to serve. Carl delivers it. Wilkinson got that one over a lickety split. Marquette gets it over. Ely for Geisen. He'll just send it over instead of setting it up. And now a setup over here on the near side for Alton Marquette. And that one finds an empty spot in the back. And it's a 6-5 lead for Alton Marquette. JV team won here tonight. That's 2 matches in a row after winning last night. So they are now 2-8. Collinsville varsity snapped a 4-game losing streak with a win over Bunker Hill last night, trying to make it 2 in a row themselves. That one's not going to help. That one off of Ely and straight backwards and out of bounds. 7-5, Marquette in the lead. Another serve coming up for DeClue, picked up by Ely. Luke Geisen sets it up right in the middle for Wilkinson, and the Explorers respond. And that one rolls right across the net and falls down on Collinsville's side. 8-5 now, Marquette with the lead. The junior Ryan DeClue back to serve again. Ely in the middle, pops it up. Geisen moves it over to the far side for Jack, his brother. Popped up into the back. And now moved over. Near sideline shoved across. Ely. Geisen to Geisen. Shoved across. Saved by Wickhorst. And Wickhorst will get the kill opportunity, but he kills it right into his own net. And Collinsville gets one of those back. 8-6. Carnahan, he'll check back in. Take Falby's place. And Wilkinson back to serve. He does so. Wickhorst picks it up, and then a behind-the-back pass to Kogan, and he just found the empty spot right up front. 9-6. Serve coming up from the libero, Schwartz, and it's picked up by Collinsville. Carl with a big save. Man, I tell you what, no, that was Stanley Carnahan with a big kill shot there. That totally handcuffed young Mr. Evans there. He didn't know what to do. 9-7, Collinsville trails by 2. Luke Geisen sends it over, picked up by Schwartz. Evans sends it up behind him, blocked by Carnahan, but there wasn't anybody there behind him to help him out. 10-7. The Explorers back out front by 3. Collinsville's second year playing boys varsity volleyball, and the third year for Alton Marquette. 11-7 after that point. Here's Falby in the middle. Geisen sets it up for Ely on the far side. And that one belongs to Collinsville. It was blocked, but ends up falling down in the right spot. 11-8. Jack Geisen back to serve. Geisen sends it over. Evans over to Kogan. Sent across by Hendricks and kind of caught Collinsville off guard a little bit. And the Explorers back out front by 4, 12-8. Picked up by Jack, over to Luke, over to Carl, and that one is out of bounds. Boy. Carl thought something different. So did I, actually. 13-8 now. Marquette extends their lead out to 5. Connor Wickhorst serves for the Explorers. Falby picks it up. Geisen sets it up for Ely, and he found the empty spot in the back, and Collinsville gets one of those back. 13-9. Carnahan goes out. Wilkinson comes back in. Falby will go back to serve. Falby sends a line drive. Picked up. Those are tough when they're a line drive like that. Blocked out. Nicely done. John Carl. His first block of the night. Collinsville gets back to within 3 after just trailing by 5. Falby back to serve again. And that one's into the net. That's the problem with those line drive serves. You got to make sure they're over, and sometimes they are not. So back to a 4-point advantage here for Marquette. Back to serve is Brody Hendricks. Hendricks sends over a pop shot. Jack Geisen picks it up. Luke Geisen sets it up behind him for Ely. Ely has that one blocked. Keeps it alive, though. Geisen has to get it over, and Jack does. Picked up by Hendricks. Moved over to the near side. Saved by Falby on the Collinsville side. Over for John Carl. That one's blocked. Kept alive nicely by Falby. Carl will get a shot again. Saved in the back by Wickhorst. And over onto the side. Falby picks it up in the middle. Geisen sets it up in the middle for Wilkinson, and it's in. And Collinsville once again gets back to within 3. Tyrone Ely's turn to serve. Ely pops one into the middle and set up on the far side. Sent across by Evers. Now Luke Geisen setting it up for Carl again. Carl, blistering shot, and it couldn't be handled. (14-12), Collinsville back to within 2. Ely, another serve coming up for him. Pops it up well short. Those are a little tough as well. Evers gets it over. Geisen, Jack to Luke to Carl. Blocked all the way out back, and Ely and Jack Geisen run into each other, and Ely, I think, got his knee hit. Hopefully he'll be all right. He'll walk it off. He'll be okay. Nope, he's going to go out. 15-12. Hope he's okay. A little left knee on knee there with Jack and Tyrone. And another serve into the net. So Collinsville gets that point right back. John Carl back to serve. Had some trouble doing that tonight. Pops this one up, picked up by Schwartz. Over to the near side, and a kill shot there by Luke Geisen. Luke doesn't have a lot of kills because he's the setup guy and the service guy. Here is John Carl, 1-point game, but it's in. How about that? How about a John Carl ace? We're tied at 15. Timeout on the floor. We're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Set number 2 is tied at 15. Collinsville trying to win this second set to force a third and final set to break the tie, but first we have to get to the tie. So Carl back to serve after serving the ace. And another serve coming up from Carl. Pops it up right in the middle. Wickhorst sends it up first. Set up over on the far side. Hendricks blocked out there by Jack Geisen. Sorry, that was DeClue for Marquette, not Hendricks. And John Carl enjoying a little bit of service time back there. Collinsville, 16-15 lead. Partial block saved by Falby, but that one's going to go into the seats. And we are tied at 16. Ely got his knee looked at. He appears to be walking around okay because Amanda Bauer is back sitting in the stands after she went to check on him. So he just needed to walk it off a little bit. Here is DeClue with a serve picked up by Joey Rauch. Luke Geisen sets it up in the middle for Wilkinson. He gets it across. Schwartz will send it over to the far side, and a kill shot there by Kogan. And back out to a 1-point lead for Alton Marquette. DeClue with another serve. He does. Rauch picks it up. Geisen sets it up for his brother, and that one's out of bounds. And now back to a 2-point lead for Marquette. DeClue serves it again. Geisen moves it up front, and that one belongs to Collinsville, says the referee. I couldn't tell what side of the net that landed on. It was so close. Carnahan will check back in. Collinsville trails by 1. Jake Wilkinson going back to serve. Wilkinson's only served 20 times so far this year. 4 errors, pops that one up real shallow. And a shot that is in. Coach Nichols says, no, it wasn't. What are we going to do? Call that a wash? No, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to replay the point. Wilkinson gets it across. Marquette having a hard time getting it stopped, and now a block that came down the arms of Carnahan, but unfortunately on his side of the floor does make it 19-17. Will Schwartz back to serve for the Explorers. In the back, picked up by Vanderite. Geisen to Jack. Luke from Jack. Popped up. Schwartz sends it over here to this near side. Stays on the near side. Falby sends it into the middle for Luke Geisen. Carnahan got extended. Well, and Alton Marquette kept that alive. That was nicely done. I don't even know how, but they got it done. Here's Jack Geisen pushing it across. Now over here onto the near side for the Explorers. Vanderite got a hand on it. Rolls across the top of the net for a little while. Then Vanderite finally gets it over. And a kill try there, blocked, and it goes out of bounds. And the point belongs to Alton Marquette, and they hit that 20-point plateau first. We have another timeout on the court. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Marquette served a quick one, and it ended up going into the net. Collinsville couldn't recover, so 21-17 now. Alton Marquette. Geisen gets it over and set up over here on the near side. That one was hit way too far, and yeah, okay. I was wondering. The referees were flashing some signals down there, and I was wondering if they were going to change that, but they didn't. 22-17. Marquette in the lead now by 5, so Collinsville in some trouble here if they want to come back and force a third set. Here is Geisen setting it up. Luke for Jack. That's off of the net, and it ends up going into the stands again. And Collinsville having a little rough go of it here. 23-17. Explorers trying to close this out in 2 sets. Schwartz, another serve coming up for him. He'll send it to the far sideline. Vanderite, he picks it up, and Geisen from Luke to Jack. Saved over there by Alton Marquette. Schwartz over here to the near side. Blocked out. That one ends up going almost out of bounds. Nice save. And Alton Marquette does another nice job of saving it on that third and final try. Geisen tried to get a little sneak attack in there with a hit on the first ball, and now Geisen gets a partial block. Vanderite pops it up. Geisen will get it over with his back to the net. Schwartz sends it up front into the middle. Nice save there by Jack Geisen, but it goes into the net off Carnahan, and the Explorers are serving up match point here. 24-17. And another serve coming up here for Will Schwartz. He does. Vanderite off of his shoulder, I believe. Carnahan sends one. Saved by the Explorers. Once again, they save it. They're not going to save that one, though. That one's kicked and almost took the head of Amanda Bauer off down there, sitting in the seats. 24-18. Nice to get that point, but boy, Collinsville's got a long way to come back here. Down by 6. And Marquette just needs one more point. Nobody better to have back there than Luke Geisen. Geisen to serve. He sends it into the middle. Picked up by DeClue. Evers sets it up, and that one falls in, and that's going to do it. Both scores, 25-18. Alton Marquette wins this one in 2 straight sets, and Collinsville just kind of struggled here tonight. We're going to talk things over with assistant coach Brenna Swartz about her JV team's 2nd win in a row, and we will do that in the post-game show. That comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. The Kahawks drop both sets to Alton Marquette, both sets by the same score, 25-18. JV, they won here this afternoon or this evening or whatever you want to call it. Well, they started in the afternoon. Now it's evening. They dropped the first match, 27-25. That was a wild match. That one was back and forth late after Alton Marquette had an early lead. The JVers came back and tied it up at 17 each. Collinsville actually went up 23-20 in that contest, and then it was 23-23, 24-24, 25-25, and then the JVers won 27-25. Alton Marquette did, and then Collinsville came back and won the next two sets. Speaking of the JVers, here is their head coach, Brenna Swartz. She's the one with the softer voice and a lot better looks than I have. What's going on, girl?
Thanks. Not much. An exciting evening here.
Yeah, the varsity thing didn't go out too well, but you and your JVers won your second match in a row. Congratulations. Bunker Hill last night, Alton Marquette tonight. Talk to us about the ecstaticness you are feeling now. Is that even a word? Ecstaticness?
It can be.
I think I just made it up.
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it. Okay.
Right.
It was a really good game. They fought hard every single point in every single set. And we don't typically go to a third set, so I was really proud of them for pulling it out and playing all 15 aggressively.
Yeah, I liked the first game was just wild, man. They had a big lead first. Then you guys came back and tied it. Then you guys had a 3-point lead, and you only needed 2 more points to close it out.
Mhm.
Then they came back, and it was tied at 23, tied at 24, tied at 25. They ended up pulling out that first one. But the final 2 sets, they were just so close. I mean, there was hardly anyone that had a 2-point advantage in those last 2 sets.
Yeah, and those are the best games, in my opinion. That's why I coach. That's why I play. Those games, that energy, you feel it, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah. We did talk a little bit off microphone before we got to the varsity game, and the one thing I did notice is there was more than a few occasions where you guys got caught looking at each other, determining which one of you guys are going to go get the ball instead of calling for the ball. So how do we work around this?
Communication. Communication is key, and that's how, we're going to win more games. And if we don't communicate, then nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah. It's like baseball. I got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, you say, I got it, right? And then
Yeah.
the other guy backs off.
Yeah.
But when nobody says anything, you just kind of stare at each other.
Or you collide. It could go either way.
That happens too. We saw that with Ely, but that didn't happen because of that kind of thing. I hope he's okay. He looked like he was walking around all right.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
All right, cool. All right, so then we moved on to the varsity match, and close scores, if you want to look at with the eye test, 25-18, 25-18. But there were some struggles there with the varsity guys tonight.
Yeah, we didn't bring our A game tonight, and it showed, unfortunately. But we have played them before, and so now we're kind of equal. We won the first time we played them, and now they won the second time we played them, and so yeah, we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I got you guys at some point. When do I have you guys again? Oh yeah, I got you two games on the last week of the month against Alton and against Edwardsville, back-to-back Southwestern Conference games. So that ought to be a lot of fun. You like the Southwestern Conference games? Do they kind of mean more?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little tougher too, aren't they?
They are definitely tougher, and I think it will benefit us in the long run. It may not go our way every time right now, but we got a lot more games to play.
Yeah, you guys got a couple of good service guys here, man. The Geisen boys, they serve the ball really, really well.
Yeah,
Luke's only made 1 error all year long.
Uh-huh.
Jack's only made 7 errors all year long. But the rest of the service from the other guys, I'm seeing a lot of errors. I mean, we've had 2 balls go under the net tonight. Is that kind of weird?
That actually happened in JV a couple times too. You don't always see it, and it really comes down to how you contact the ball and how your toss is as well.
Yeah. So I see some of these guys from these other teams really throw the ball sky high, almost up into the rafters. So what's the big difference in the style of serve, whether you throw it up just a little bit or a lot? Is there a difference?
I mean, a little bit. If you put spin on it, it's a top spin serve, and it's more likely to hit the ground harder and like drop more at an angle. But you just kind of do whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, to me, the line drive serves that barely get over the net are the best. Because those are hard, man. Those are hard to pick up.
The ones that hit the top of the net and then fall over, those,
Yeah, yeah. I know. I'm
nerve-wracking.
feeling you, girl. All right, thanks for the visit. We appreciate you. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
All right, that is Brenda Swartz, one of the assistant coaches here on the varsity side, and the JV head coaches. Her team wins tonight, but the varsity team does not win tonight, so a little mixed bag of variety there. All right, that is going to do it for us. We are off until Tuesday. We'll be over across the way at Kahok Stadium for a little girls soccer as Belleville West comes into town. So a big thank you to Luke Geisen joining us on the pregame show, and another big thank you to Brenda Swartz joining us on the postgame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until Tuesday night, everybody enjoy the rest of your week and have a great weekend.